Hello, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene, North American Snow Queen. It is Tuesday, September 22nd, 2015, and of course today is overcast. But we're not going to have any rain, at least this week anyway. At least, no, nothing is planned. The temperatures will be mild in the low 20s, and we will be seeing some sun in probably starting tomorrow. We'll see some sun. What's going on right now is we have a weather front coming in. That's actually the cold front from the Canadian area is moving down, and that's causing some over air disturbances. That is why we're seeing the clouds right now. We also will be seeing in the immediate area for the next few days the cold front will entrench itself and establish itself. As this is autumn, this isn't summer, it's over, okay? It ended a couple days ago. And so yeah, actually, yeah, you're right, summer ended a couple days ago. No, it's still late summer, yes, tomorrow is, so today's the last day of summer. Congratulations, guys. You just befuddled me. Yes, today is the last day of summer. So anyway, the point is that for the next few weeks, we are still waiting for the concrete guy to go ahead and finish making the concrete pad so that they can finish the steps. And it looks pretty good so far from what I've seen from Josh and the construction crew. It will be, they're going to be building the steps and bringing them out, and everybody's looking forward to the results. I am, and I know that the other people are eagerly waiting to go home, so it's not too surprising. We're going to be, we'll all be celebrating going home in our own ways. We've got to wait for the occupancy permit. Once we can get the steps done, I think maybe that's when the building inspector, once he looks at the project, sees how this is going, he probably will go ahead and sign off so people can move back in, and that would be great because that's exactly what I want to do. I want to go home. I've mentioned in many of my videos. I'm going to tell you why. I want to get back to my main studio. I want to go back to, because it's getting close to autumn. It's time to get the multimedia studio set up. We got to put the green screen back up. We got to get that done. We got to get all the lighting back over there. We have to set up our stations, our prop area where we do videos. Coach looks good. By the way, Atlanta Cole's backdrop, her tapestry idea, actually it was my idea. She actually suggested to her off camera. I said, Atlanta, I said, this backdrop of yours looks really great if you put it as a background, you know, and then your head would be surrounded by it. And so she decided to do it. So that's the cool thing. I'm going to get one of those myself for my apartment, especially for the multimedia room. We already know how the chroma key green screen works, but I think that the green screen has its own issues. Let me ask you a question really quickly. What's that? Are you going to have the green screen all the way up to the ceiling again, or do you think that was really necessary? I don't know. I don't even know if I want to put it back up again, honestly. Because I mean, I love the results. Yeah, I do too. But I think it would definitely be nice if we had some more selections or choices. Now, by the way, I wanted to let you know that my hair looks like a mess. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, first of all, I did brush it before I came here. I just didn't get as brushed as much as I'd like to. We're going to talk about something we're revisiting, the corset. I finally fixed my corset, fixed the rips in it that were caused by over-tightening, and that is now fixed. And how well was it going to stand up? I can't tell you, because I'm using cotton thread. I mean, I should be using something a lot stronger than cotton, but the corset itself is made out of denim, heavy denim material, so it may hold up pretty fine because they put a million threads in there, so it's like a million stitches, like over and 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 over. So it felt very strong and very powerful to me. So maybe it'll hold up. I don't know. We'll see. If not, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the fishing line. I might go get some a little bit lighter fishing line. That's an idea. Again, I didn't. The 25-pound fishing line stuff is really, really great, but it's really, really hard to work with. It's just not very easy to flex 25-pound fishing line through a large needle. It does go through, but boy, is it a pain to work with. But for some things, 25-pound fishing line is indispensable. You got a big person like me, you're going to want to have, you need some really strong material for waist shaping. Now, we also tried uploading our videos using the Wi-Fi T-Mobile hotspot last night, and we used up just about all of the remaining quota. What's the
matter, Jim? What's up?
That sort of sucks. It's I did not go to Cumbies last night by ice cream. I did go to Cumbies, but they were doing cleaning, and so they went back home. And when I saw what time it was, I said, "Nah, screw this. I'm not going to buy ice cream today. I don't need ice cream. I just wanted to go ahead and get some sleep." And so I went to bed. And I woke up this morning and get ready, come here to the soup kitchen, and I want to talk to you about something that might be a little bit gross. Let me be nice when I say it. I don't mean to be gross, but it's something that has to be discussed, especially my observation with the corset. I'm not the only one that's discussed this. Trust me, I'll try to be polite about it. Somebody's got to come up with an easier way for you to wipe your bum when you're done using the bathroom. Please, you guys have got to find something easier so that we can reach that crud in the back. I've been thinking about something that the Romans did, which was they had a stick on a sponge, or a sponge on a stick. Well, maybe not a sponge. What about a toilet brush? I'm serious. It's really, really messy. You're trying to keep your bum clean, and you just can't reach back there to get the literal crap off. I mean, I suppose it would be worse depending on what kind of food you eat. Because I mean, like me, it's almost got the consistency of mud. So you can visualize where I would definitely. I really do like hand sprayers in the toilet, which really works nice. Because then you can just go ahead and it has a longer handle, put it under your bum, turn on the water, spray out the poop, and you're done. And that's great. In fact, it's actually maybe a little more efficient than toilet paper, which is kind of scratchy anyway. But if you can't reach your hand underneath your bum to wipe, it's not going to do you any good. Pee's no problem. I actually have to admit, I can reach my front from a pee. It's the poop I can't reach for. I really do not like it. So I try to poop before I put on the corset, because if I put it on after, of course, I put it on, it's like, we got a problem, okay? I don't mean to be disgusting, guys. I'm trying to be honest and being sincere here. So somehow I'm gonna have to find a way to do better with poop management. Then, as I said, pee is no problem. All right. Okay, now the next topic we're going to talk about, which is a little bit less disconcerting, but it certainly is got to be discussed, is weight. I have to be honest. I am no skinny person. I am no small person. I have said to myself, I want to get a lifestyle lift. I want to get this flab off. I really do. Because you see, I'm on TV. I'm always on video. I don't have time to look like, I'm older, that's true. I don't mind looking older, but I just don't want people to think bad of me. And I really have been really hard working on trying to look my best, as best I can with my fixed income. Now, you might say, well, now that you got your increase in your Capital One card, why don't you use it to do things like get some new clothes? Very good idea. In fact, I have to get some new sneakers first, because one of the things that happens when you're laying on the floor is the way you get up is your sneakers take a tremendous stress right in the foot, and they ripped. One sneaker ripped right there, right at the sole of the sneaker, the leather ripped. You can't fix that. I looked at this material. There's no way to stitch into it. It's like, what am I supposed to stitch into? The rubber or the leather. If I stitch into the leather, there's not enough leather exposed to stitch into. If I stitch into the rubber, that might make things worse. So stitching the rubber ain't gonna help. So new sneakers is the best prescription. So we gotta go get some new sneakers. And that's what I'm going to work on. But right now, I don't want to spend that money crazily because I really need to use it for moving the phone lines back to the main studio. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know if that's going to cost me anything. But basically, one of the things is all these phone lines have got to be moved back home, and that's going to take money. And also, there's the hypothetical possibility that my rent's going to go up because of the fact is, number one, everything else is going up, right? So my rent might go up to $750, $800, $900 before the Section 8 pays their share. So my share of the rent's going to go up too. That's assuming that the building gets done in time. If it doesn't get done in time, all bets are off. And that's another issue, completely different, which is we still talked about that one. I'm not going to rehash it again and again and again and again and again. But just to say that we have a deadline here. And it's not my deadline. It's not something I made up. It's nothing I arbitrarily came up with. It's a deadline which was set in Section 8. They have to get this project. We have to be back in my apartment by October 1st. I have to have my apartment inspected before October 1st. It's not going to be very easy for me to do that because Josh is working very hard to get this done. He's really, really busting his butt. But I think maybe the problem is he's depending on outside subcontractors to come in to do their shared work. And so, he can't do everything at once. I mean, they got to get the electrician in to put the lights in. They're going to have to get the, I don't know if they're doing the siding. There might be an external siding guy. I don't know. But the point is that all these guys are coming in and out, and they're all doing all this work. Sometimes, as I said, to Josh, I said, can you tell your boss? Maybe he could have the different contractors come and work on the job at the same time. For example, the electrician doesn't need a whole site for himself because he's just running the wiring, and he can really work around with you guys. The siding guy can do the siding with you guys, too. There's no reason why you guys can't work as several teams at one site. And the project's big enough. That won't worry about people tripping over each other's feet. So that's what I think they're going to try to do that because it just makes more sense for everybody if they can get all the construction crews in and out at the same time. Likewise, when we get back to the studio, one of the things is we're gone talking about was buying some new gear. We have decided to defer that. The only reason is because we don't know when we're going to be back to the studio, for one thing. Second thing is I have to get clothes and I have to get household essentials. And I definitely would like to get some new. I'd like to get some new china, and I'd like to get some new flatware from some new besides china flatware. I want to get some new sheets for the bed. So things like that. So that's what I want to do. There's a place. I'm sure I can find some of this stuff on internet. Some internet suppliers. JCPenney's probably has. Doesn't have. I don't know if they have any China in the store, but they might have China in the catalog. I have people who like plasticware. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like plasticware entirely. I do accept plasticware for some things, but there are some things I do draw the line on with plasticware. I prefer what they call stoneware, which is more precisely correct. China is actually a type of stoneware, which is usually, I'll take restaurant-style plates and cups and such. In fact, I can go to a restaurant equipment company and I can buy that stuff on my hand. I can buy that stuff relatively cheap from a restaurant supply company. We're talking about the heavier plates, cups, so forth. That stuff is perfect because you know what? In my house, we don't really need pretty soft. Actually, I do want pretty patterns, but I'm not going to go crazy going. I don't know. My apartment does not look very Snow Queenie, but. Actually, it looks better, I think. Really, yeah, because it's got a contrast to it, which looks good. It looks good. I agree with you there, Loam. It really does. So I like the peach, the color of the walls, as I said once before, kind of reminds me of a nice soothing color, kind of like Pepto-Bismol. It soothes as it relieves. Yeah, when I get in there, if I'm stressed, I just stare at the walls for a little bit, and I kind of calm down. It really is good for that reason. So in fact, it makes me kind of feel like I'm inside my mother's arms, kind of feeling. It's that nice, soothing color. It just makes me, the pink and the lavenders. Oh yeah, it just does it for me. And then I can just, it cuts back on my stress. It cuts down on the cortisol hormone, and it helps me to keep my head straight. And that's what colors can do. It's actually been a statistical fact that colors can be useful for color therapy. Some people like really bright, vibrant colors, like bright blues and bright peach. Mine's more Pepto-Bismol color. I like it though because it really has a nice calming result to me. So it helps me feel good for myself. Now, another thing I want to get is some new cookware. I have already said this before. My kitchen is kind of a mixed potpourri of stuff. You've got this type of kitchen that has I don't know how to describe it. It looks kind of like it's a thrown together mishmash of this and that. I want to get some new cookware. We only have one big giant pasta pot. It's got a bent bottom, and yeah, I know what you're saying. Is couldn't you put that thing in like a 5-ton press and squash it from the bottom nice and smooth, or pound it with a heavy metal hammer? Sure, but why bother? It's got a better idea. Why don't we just get some new pots? Why don't we get some brand new cast iron pots? Go ahead and maybe even get some restaurant grade stock pots. Maybe go ahead and get some hotel pans for the leftovers. With the matching lids, stainless steel. It'll last longer, and it'll. I don't even cook much, so maybe the question is it really worth it? Well, I need a baking pan. I really do. I need something. So if I want to make like a lasagna or a large package of ravioli or something, I can cook it. I don't really cook a lot, but when I do, I want to cook. A lot. My arm is getting tired. You probably can see that. Yeah. By the way, we did talk about the corset. I just want to really touch real quick on it. It's fitting really good now. I'm starting to realize that the mistake I made originally with it was just I was just going a little too gung-ho with over tightening. I really shouldn't do it. But like the woman one time explained the dangers of the Victorian era, she says it's so addicting to want to pull those strings to the point where everything is over compressed. Yes, it is extremely easy to do. But yeah, there's always that temptation. It's really fun to just be abusive to your body. I'm trying not to be, but I do want to try to do some waist training to get my weight down. Another quick point of all is you're going to sleep in a corset. Some people do. Loosen up a lot, guys. At least enough because your body is going to expand a bit in size when you're sleeping. So, because all the body juices are starting to process the food and stuff that they eat, and the digestive gut is in full performance. And you're going to be feeling kind of bloaty and gassy, and you're going to want to have that extra room for your body, breathing space. So, literally, breathing space, your diaphragm can come down more, it can pull in more air and oxygen into your lungs so you can actually breathe better. It's especially important if you have sleep apnea. I do. I think, I don't absolutely know, but I think so. I think I do have sleep apnea. I don't want to go ahead and sleep with the thing on me if it's too tight because it's already bad enough if I do get sleep apnea because that would mean that I'm cutting off an air supply to the point where any lung capacity that I have is like not really there. Okay, we all know sleep apnea can be killer. It can kill you. But what makes it not possibly kill you is the fact is that your body has the ability to give your lungs a little bit of a break, or your diaphragm a little bit of a break. The catch is, to do that break, is that your lungs need to have lots of blood. At that point, if you have lots of air in your lungs, when your diaphragm takes a break, and you can have a sleep apnea event, what happens is now there still is a gas exchange between the air and the oxygen that's sitting in your lungs. Oxygen and the carbon dioxide. And then once your diaphragm kicks back in, it pushes out the bad air and sucks in good air. Well, unfortunately enough, if you have a corset too damn tight and you have sleep apnea, you reduce your lung capacity enough that now your lungs don't have enough extra air or capacity. So obviously, it sends a message to your brain and says, "Hey guys, I need air." And then the brain's going to say, "Well, I'm sorry, but your diaphragm's taking a break," and which means that so you can start to suffer from hypoxia. So that's not good either. So you want to make sure to have your corset loose enough if you're going to sleep with one that you can still breathe and still feel like you have some control over your waist. So. If you really want to, you can even switch over to a waist nipper at night instead of a full corset. This is an overbust, which is great for a lot of reasons, but it's also bad for a lot of reasons too. Obviously, an overbust corset, you can't bend over, okay? I feel like the Tin Man or Tin Woman here. I got this big form on me. As I said, you can't bend over, you can't wipe your bum when you're done pooping, and it just basically makes a real pain in the butt to clean. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go down to the hardware store today. We need one for the house anyway, guys. We don't have a toilet brush for the house. But I'm going to go find myself a nice little brush that would have a nice long enough handle, fairly soft bristles, so that I can reach my bum and then gently scrub it with a nice brush, and then get my waist off, because I cannot bend with the corset on and I cannot reach my bum. So that kind of sucks. If I'm laying on my bed, if I put my bedpan underneath me, I can reach my bum, but I can't do it standing up. So I can't do it sitting on the toilet. So that's not going to work for me. There's the way the anal orifice is. It's way too far back to reach. And I tried to reach from the back. I couldn't reach from the back either. So really awkward. Really awkward. To be in that position, but our ancestors dealt with it, and obviously, back in the Victorian era dealt with it. We used corn cobs back then. Some of us used corn cobs, and some of us did use like a tip of a stick to reach the back area. And of course, that's true. And corn cobs are long, right? Yeah. So basically, you take the dried out corn cob and you just stir from the back, and you would just gently rotate it as you go back and forth in motion, and it wipes out all the poop of your back end. That's it. That's another idea. That's what the brush would do. But using the more modern technology to do it, instead of trying to go through that kind of rough surface, something a little bit softer. The toothbrush is too short, I think. I would need something bigger than that. A toothbrush wouldn't that work? I think I want something I can do with a little more than one pass. Oh, a toothbrush, you only would do like one pass, or 2, 3, 4 passes, and that's it. I want something that can do larger surface area, something that's going to give, maybe, more rubs, more scrubs in one pass than a toothbrush. Toothbrush is, also has a handle that's kind of small. It's really hard to manipulate your handle as you're standing over the toilet, or if you're going to do it from the front around the vulva and the vagina area, you're going to want to do the same thing. You're going to, in this case, I might as well bring this up. Don't pull the poop towards your rage head, okay? If you can avoid it. It really is unsanitary. Big time. The doctors always say that. Always wipe from front to back, not back to front. Well, yeah, okay. But unfortunately, I kind of do it the other way, and that's fine with toilet paper, but with brush, no. I think a hand shower or hand sprayer is the best one. I like that idea too. Wait, you're gonna get an extension hose for your sprayer for the top so you can use it to spray your bum better. Yes. Oh, okay. Yes, Lil, I am gonna buy an extension hose for my sprayer. Good idea. Good idea. And that's not that expensive on eBay. And it will really work out better for me to wipe my bum because it works just like a bidet. All right, guys, listen. I know that sounded kind of gross. I don't mean to be gross. It's just me. And of course, please do not forget to like or dislike, comment in the comment section. Oh, I bet you got plenty of those, don't you? Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, and don't forget to share with everybody. I don't care who you share it with. You can share it with your doctor. Maybe he or she might have some ideas. And don't forget to subscribe. Always open for that. Everybody who subscribes shows me that they're in it for the long haul. And we'll try our best to, of course, read your comments. And with the comments, we can discuss what you want to cover. Right now, I'm running out of ideas again. But we'll keep working on it. Always will. Always will. So, come on in, contact me, and let me know you want to say. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.